On the night of the event, there were so many great speakers, so many great memories, but two scenarios came to mind. The first one was Pastor Sims, Eldridge Sims from Aurora, Colorado. He spoke and he said, there are two different Macs. He was like, number one is Pastor John Wesley McVicker Sr., and then he said, then there's Pastor Mac. So then he was like, one time when they were in the office, it was him, Wilbur St. Julian, and Pastor, and they were talking. And Wesley came in, and he was like, Wesley was about 7 or 8 years old. No, about 7 years old. And he came in, and Wesley said, Mama said we need some money because we have to buy some stuff. And the pastor stopped, and he turned, and he looked at Wesley, and he said, I ain't got no money. Tell her I ain't got no money. She got money. Tell her no. So anyway, Wesley went back and told her. So then Marilyn comes to the door and she says, Johnny. So then before that, Reverend Sims he was like, yeah, that's how you do it. And he said at that time I wasn't married, so I didn't know. But he was like, yeah, that's how you do it. That's my man. That's Pastor Mac right there. So when Marilyn comes in and she says, Johnny, and then the pastor said, baby, I didn't know how much you need. He didn't say how much you need. And then Reverend Sims is like, oh man, like Pastor lost cool points on that. Because he said, I wasn't married. I didn't know. It was funny. That was the first speech. And then so many other great speeches. And then the last speech of the hour was Pastor Freddy Clark from St. Louis, Missouri. And he came up there and it was short and sweet. And he said, he a bad man.